great if the Lord would save a Jew and add him to this congregation. This same principle applies not only to the Jews, but by extension to the professing church. Think of the professing church's terrible apostasy in our day. Huge swathes of Europe where the gospel was present for many centuries are now a spiritual waste howling wilderness. Even so then, at this present time also there is a remnant according to the election of grace. And it's not just a few in those nations where the gospel used to be. This text is teaching there's a few out of the many professing Christians are saved by and part of the remnant according to the election of grace. This is the way it is in the visible church. Don't think that the majority of the visible church is saved. The majority of the visible church is not saved. There's a remnant in the visible church according to the election of grace. The remnant, the few, they're the saved ones. And it's the same with Northern Ireland today. Most of the people who went to church today actually aren't Christians at all. There's always only a remnant of true believers. That's the way it's going to be too in the future. In the future. There will always be a remnant according to the election of grace. And no matter how the humanists and the pagan religions seek to wipe out Christianity, they will never be fully successful. And they will never even succeed with one of those who are the remnant according to the election of grace. And that makes me want to cheer. They will never achieve it. And that's why they've always been wrong when they have written off Christianity and said another 20 years and be finished. At least a century and there will be no more church. And it still goes and it spreads throughout the earth. And even in the days of Antichrist himself, there will be some people who will quote this text, even so, at this present time when we can't even buy or sell unless we have your mark, even so then at this present time, there's a remnant according to the election of grace. Irresistible election in an irresistible call. And we're still here. And you may kill us, but God will save somebody somewhere else. Even so. God has not cast away his people, whether Jews or Gentiles in the church. That is, God has not cast away his people whom he foreknew. Those who apostatized completely, he cast them far from. But those whom he foreknew. And they are the ones who are the recipients, and God always intended this, the recipients of all the promises of the gospel and all the benefits of Jesus Christ. He doesn't cast us away. He brings us close, and he gives us them all, and he says, inherit the kingdom, prepared for you from before the foundation